My name is Savannah Samoa. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in Savannah Samoa's kitchen, I will be cooking rice balls with groundnut soup, popularly known as Omotuo. So please sit back and watch me. At the end of this video, if you find this video resourceful, kindly hit on the like button and then also the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload any video. So now I have my goat meat in the saucepan about to be steamed, and my ingredients for steaming are onions, ginger, garlic, salt, and Maggi. So I'll pour water, a little water, into the saucepan to steam my meat, my goat and the cow meat. Then after 15 minutes, I will add the chicken thigh I have here to the meat on fire to steam it also the soup. So whilst I'm steaming the meat, I'll be mashing my groundnut paste here. I'll be mashing my groundnut paste for the soup. I'll add a bit of powdered pepper to my mashed groundnut paste, then tomato puree, one and a half spoon of tomato puree to my mashed groundnut paste, then salt, a pinch of salt to my groundnut paste mashed. Then I'll continue to mash it. I'll continue to mash my groundnut paste for the soup, and this is how it is done. I gradually mash it to get the desired paste for the soup. So when I'm done with this, I'll pour it into this saucepan and stir it for 15 minutes to achieve oily texture, a bit oily texture, before I will pour my meat and other ingredients that I need for the soup. So I'm stirring my groundnut paste that I have mashed with tomato puree, salt, a bit of powdered pepper, and water on fire. I'm mashing it on fire again, about 10 to 15 minutes to achieve the oily surface, a bit oily surface, before I can add my meat, my fish, my garden eggs, my onions, my fresh tomatoes, my fish, my chicken, and stock cube to it. Then I'll pour more water and leave it to cook before I blend the ingredients that I'll put in. So I'm stirring until I achieve the oily looking groundnut paste. So I'm stirring the mashed groundnut paste that I poured into my saucepan to achieve the oily texture. So now that I have achieved the oily texture, I'll pour in my meat, my steamed meat, the goat and the chicken that I have steamed. I'll pour it into this before I add my ingredients I have here to it. So now I have added my garden eggs, my pepper, my onions, my fresh tomatoes to the soup I have on fire. Yes, I have added also my meat and the chicken. So I'll leave it to simmer for a while before I grind the ingredients like the fresh tomatoes, the onions, the garden eggs and the pepper, and pour it in the soup and leave it to cook. So now it's time to prepare my rice balls, and I have water poured in my saucepan. So I'll add the salt I'll need for my rice balls. I'll need about half of this spoon, a salt, half of this spoon for the rice balls, the Omotuo. And pour my rice into the saucepan and stir it. After stirring, I will leave it to cook, but I will taste if the salt I put in is okay for me. If the salt is not enough for you, then you add a little more to it. And stir again. Then you cover it with a lid and allow it to cook whilst I'm waiting for the soup to cook. Then I can also cook my eggs that I'll use for the garnishing. Then after a while that I have blended the ingredients I have in the soup and poured into it, I will later add my fish and leave it to cook for a while. Then I'll remove the chicken I have in the soup so that the chicken will not become too soft for me. Then when the soup is almost done, I will add the chicken again. So I'm trying to take my chicken from the soup and keep it. When the soup is almost done, I'll add the chicken to the soup again, because the chicken is very soft and If you keep it on fire for a long time, it will become too soft for you. Some people don't like it when it's too soft, so I will need to take it off and add again later when the soup is all about to be done. After removing the chicken, I'll also take the onions, the pepper, the garden eggs, and blend. After I have finished blending, I will pour, with the help of the strainer, I will pour the blended ingredients into the soup and leave it to cook to achieve the final result. The garden eggs is not tender now, so I will leave it for about 2 minutes and add it to the remaining ingredients that I'll be grinding. I'll leave garden eggs in the soup and cover it for a while, half covered for a while because it's hard. I'll leave the garden eggs in the soup because it's not too cooked, and later add it to the ingredients that I will grind. I'm going to blend. So it's now time to grind my onions, garden eggs, pepper, and the fresh tomatoes. So I have poured it into my blender here. So I'll add water to it and blend. Now I have finished blending my ingredients, so I'm going to pour it with the help of this colander here into the soup. I'll add a bit of water to it. So now at this stage, I'll leave I will leave the soup on fire to cook. Finally, then I'll add the remaining things that I'll need for the soup, like the fish and the chicken that I took from the soup. I'll add it when it's about to be done. So now the soup is half covered and I'm waiting for like 10 minutes and add my chicken and the fish to it and leave it to cook. So now I'll paddle my rice and mold it. I'll now paddle my rice on fire this way. This way. Then when I achieve the desired texture, I want it to be very tender because I'll eat it with the soup. Then I'll use this little bowl here. I'll first of all dip the bowl in the water and take a little bit of This is the final groundnut soup that I'll be serving with the rice balls. The soup is now ready to be served with my rice balls. This is how it looks. So I'm about to serve my food. So now my food is served and I'm tasting. It's nice. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.